welcome back to Recipes and Riches. My name is Sabrina Simmons, and today I'm going to show you guys how to make a really great and delicious shrimp po' boy taco. You're also going to learn about Howard Schultz, an entrepreneur who turned Starbucks into a multi-million-dollar company. Now, for those of you that are new to this channel, go ahead and make sure you subscribe, because every single week we drop new videos with new easy to prepare recipes, and we give you secrets of successful entrepreneurs. So, are you guys ready to get started? Let's go. So, while the shrimps are frying, I want to tell you guys about Howard Schultz. So Howard Schultz is like most Americans. He has ancestors that immigrated to the United States. They actually immigrated from Eastern Europe. His grandfather came to America speaking no English with only $10 in his pockets. $10 in his pockets, speaking no English. He worked as a tailor, and his grandmother immigrated as well, and she worked as a barrel baker. When Howard was 3 years old, he and his family moved to the projects in Brooklyn. So he grew up in the projects in Brooklyn, and they rarely had any money. It was the last stop on the L train, and they were really just trying to make, ends meet. And so when Howard, as he grew older, he got into high school, and he decided to pursue football because he thought, well, how can I get to college? Well, maybe I can get there on a football scholarship. And he got the football scholarship. He went to college. While he was there, he worked very hard to pay off his student loans. He even sold blood to pay off his student loans. But eventually he did graduate college, and he was the first person in his family to graduate college. So once he graduated college, he started working his first job, and every single check that he would give half of that to his parents. He really, wanted to make sure his family was taken care of, because again, his parents rarely had any money. So while he was working for one company, he actually went and got another job for a European housewares company. And this company made housewares, and actually Starbucks was one of their clients. Can you believe that? So Howard, worked on their account, and he actually went to meet them in 1982. He went to visit the founders of Starbucks, and at the time there was a very small, little coffee shop. So he met them, they really liked him, and he began leading their marketing. So he started leading the marketing for Starbucks. So Howard Schultz moved to Seattle with his wife Sherry after meeting the founders of Starbucks. And in 1983, he took a business trip to Italy while he was working for Starbucks. And when he got to Italy, he visited this really nice Italian cafe. He saw this barista making these espresso drinks. It was the very first time he ever had an espresso, and it captivated him. He also loved the atmosphere and the environment. It was romantic, it was warm, it had this community vibe. They had a place for guests to sit and enjoy their espressos. And he's like, wait a minute, this would be a really great opportunity for Starbucks to implement, because at the time, Starbucks was only selling coffee, and they didn't have any places for their customers to sit while they were there to enjoy their drink. So Howard was like, why, can't we do this? We should be doing this. So he went back and he told the founders of Starbucks about his experience. And do you know, they didn't listen to him? And this is an important lesson for a lot of you entrepreneurs out there. If you have employees, make sure you, number one, listen to them when they're giving feedback. It's the first best feedback next to the feedback you'll get from your customers. And if you don't have a place for them to give feedback today, whether it's a little canister on a table or communicating that you have an open door policy, they can come and talk to you at any time, then you need to make sure you implement that today. Because it's so important for you to not only get feedback from your employees, but to also listen to them, because they're the ones who are down in the trenches every single day talking to your customers. So it's important that you take the time to implement a system for them to give feedback and listen to them. Because the founders of Starbucks at the time did not listen to Howard. So what did he do? He left Starbucks, and him and his wife Sherry went to open their own little cafe to implement what he saw in Italy. And it quickly grew to 3 espresso bars. You know, he worked really hard. He was looking for money. They weren't making any money as far as like money to put in their pockets. The money they were making was really to keep the business afloat. And they heard no so many times. But you know what they did? They kept going. After 100 no's, they finally got a yes, and they got some investors to invest into their little cafe. So, at the time, Howard really didn't want a global business. He was really looking for a business that treated people with respect. When his father, he saw how the company was treating his father, and it wasn't great. And so he wanted to not have a global company, but just a company that treated employees with respect. So, wow, these po' boy tacos look delicious. I can't wait to dive in. So let's go ahead and wrap this up. So when Howard went back to Starbucks, and he did after he made his 3 successful cafes, he decided to go back to Starbucks. And when he did, he really focused on the people. He wanted a company that could make, their people feel important and feel respected. And so Starbucks was the first company to offer their employees, their team members, healthcare, including part-time workers. It was the first company in America to do that. It was also the first company to offer their employees stock, and they did. And so when Starbucks went public, they had so many employees earn money back from the stock that they had already been given. Starbucks earned about $1.5 billion after going public, and that money got back to those employees. And those employees, what they did, they bought houses, they bought cars, they paid for education, they paid off their student loans. They felt really special. And that's important for any business, any organization, is to make your team members, your employees, feel special, because they are the heart of your business and everything that you should be doing. So make sure you provide, a channel for them to give feedback, to give ideas, but also to feel special and feel important and feel valued. Because when they do, they will help your business grow and help you be successful. So that's the end for Recipes and Riches. Thank you all so much for joining. Again, don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that way you get notified at our next video, so you can learn how to make the next great recipe and learn about a new entrepreneur that turned a company into a multi-million-dollar business.